Hey guys, Dan Jensen here. Hope you're having a great day. This is the second video group on the training course, and this is related to how do you sort through your database? How do you extract those golden nuggets of keywords that's really going to make the difference to your website or your online business? Okay, a few things just before we start that you should do with your database before you start. First one, click on the cell B2. This is just to make sure it's already done, but because you may be using different software packages, I'm using OpenOffice, but you could be using Microsoft Excel. Just want to make sure that the filter's in place. So what we're going to do is click on Window, Freeze. What that does is that locks the headers and the keywords in position. So when we scroll across, the keywords stay in position, and likewise when we scroll down, the headers stay in position. Okay, that's the first thing I want you to do. Second thing I want you to do is when you click on Data and Sort, this works in OpenOffice, I'm not too sure about Excel, make sure the word's coming up in the top. If it's not, Range Contains Column Labels might not be selected. So if we unselect that, so it just comes up with column B. If you're seeing column names, just go back, Range Contains Column Labels, Sort Criteria, that puts the actual name in. That makes everything a lot easier. Okay, that's done. First search you should be looking through is relevancy. One of the most important things I think you should be looking for in your keywords. Forget about all this stuff to start off with. First thing you should do is look at your keywords. What I suggest you do for this is you go down the list. You could use tools like the find button and everything else, but there's a reason I keep it to 50 keywords per database, and that's because it's not that long a list for you to just go through and pick the ones out you like to work with. So start at the top, work your way down, and spot any keyword that makes sense to you or is relevant to your keyword site. So for example, home brewery, that could be relevant to your site. One trick you could do at this point is have the cell, go to background color, and just shade it in. Yeah? Go through the list and pick 4 or 5 keywords that really make sense to you. Use that shading function, and it just makes it easier for you. So we've got home brewery there. What else can make sense to us here as we go through it? Beer kit, that could also be relevant to us if I had a home brewery site, for example. Okay, so that's the first one. Go through, pick which keyword is relevant to your site, because really, if you don't do that, you could look at all these numbers, but if I've got a home brewery site and I'm looking at color laser printer review and going, wow, that's a great keyword, that means absolutely nothing to me as far as that website. Second way you can use this list, you might have a home brewery site and you go through and you pick those two out and go, great, that's really going to help improve the value of my website. What you might also go through is go through this and go, wow, actually my full-time job is on a golf course as the greenskeeper. I didn't realise I could set up a site about golf course maintenance. I know lots about it. I could do a really good site on that one and make some money from it. Possibly make a ebook on the topic or something like that. Okay, or you could have an electronics site selling electronical equipment, specifically on software. For example, you could have one that sells Photoshop equipment or something along those lines. And you might scroll through these keywords and spot a 5 megapixel digital camera. Now, it really hasn't got any relevance to your site, but you could add a twist to your site that does a quick review on 5 megapixel digital cameras. The people on your site are going to be interested in much as cameras as they are about the software, and you could add that to your site and add an extra theme to your site to make extra money. Okay, so this is good for two things. One, find your keywords for your site. Two, go through it, pick out words that are relevant to your site. Three, it's a great brainstorming tool. You already know these keywords are valuable. All you gotta do is go through it and pick the ones out of it that really make some sense to you, or you know something about, or you might enjoy having a site about. Okay, so that's the first thing. So I'm going to stop this video first. We're going to do it in multiple parts so it can really sink in. That's the first section, and that's on keywords and setting up the database. So go down. Next video below is the section 2. At that point, we're just going to do a quick check through as far as selecting your keyword,